Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So we've got an aluminum arrow here. I've got a bit of a scrap pile of arrows that are different spines. Some of them are a little bit okay for the bow and some of them not so much. But I do have a good collection of bows, and so I've created what I like to call the junk pile of arrows. Because they're different spine sizes, weights of course are different, lengths are slightly different, but they'll all shoot through a couple of choice bows that they're going to be used in. However, I have this arrow which is a problem. I had a few of these and a couple of them were bent. This one's still straight, surprisingly enough. But she's a long one, and I'm not going to cut the length down. I'm going to leave the length alone because I have some experimenting. Problem is the arrows, this was the only survivor of Fletchwise, and this arrow is an oddie size for this particular insert. Because your spines are different, your insert sizes are going to end up being different too. And so this does not fit in here at all, because the arrow that it came out of, which I actually captured two of these, well, it was bigger diameter and different spines. So, but I need this arrow, so I got to make this fit into here. So off and on today, I've been working on modifying one, and you don't need a lathe. You are going to require a tip, field tip, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to screw the insert into the field tip, and you're going to put it as close as you can so that you can still get that face ring. And we may yet have to modify that a little bit, but I don't have a lathe anymore. And so we need basic tools, and you can do this with basic tools. It's a little time consuming, and I would suggest using fine sandpaper. This way you don't remove too much material at once. And as much as I've modified this down so far, I can still feel I got some ribs there. So even when I go to glue this, even if I have a little bit of rib, that's still going to act as a filler space for the glue so that the insert is going to stay. So all we do is we chuck her up in our drill. I don't even know, I think this thing's like 500 RPM or something, but anyways, what we want to do is put the drill in a direction that's comfortable for us. I hold this in my right hand and I'm going this way, and this is exactly how you're going to do it. You're going to hold it up nice and front face like this, and don't worry about your front of your chuck, it'll be fine, it'll just get shinier. And we're going to just keep going across here, because you want the drill to work, but you also want the sandpaper to act like a file at the same time, and you don't want to stay in one spot, because then you wear out your sandpaper block too quickly in one area, and it also could create a hovel that you don't want. You want to keep this running straight and true all the time, and so you're just going to keep doing this, and it's going to take a while, trust me. You're going to remove a lot of that, a lot of those grooves, because this one here you probably can't even see the grooves in the camera, but I can just see them, and I can still just feel them there. And so I'm going to give this a few more, and then we're going to check it. Also keep an eye on your sandpaper too, keep feeling it, still going good, we're good. But as you're doing this, put just a little bit of down force, but put more forward force, because you want the edge of the block to get into that front groove face of the insert, so that it becomes the same size as the arrow in the end is the goal. But it doesn't end up being the same size, it's not a big deal. You can always change that after you've done your final testing. You can make some little adjustments, and you can file down just that lip so that it doesn't catch. Okay, so let's check our fit. It's getting there. We've got a little bit more to go yet. So we are in almost a quarter of an inch now. So we got a little bit more to go on the back side here. So I'm going to concentrate a little bit more pressure toward the back and not as much to the front because our front side is doing really good. So now I'm going to go across here like this. And I'm going to just angle it a bit, just a hair. All right, so we're back and we got her done and we still got a little bit of groove in there. And our arrow is going to fit in over there really good. And we'll have just enough extra pressure to pop her into place once we get the glue in there. So now I just got to pull that out. All right, so I'm going to take this off, and there's our field point there. Now, thing with this is this field point's on here pretty tight. So what I want to do is I want to chuck this into the chuck here so that I don't harm anything I did. And I'm going to put that in reverse. And grab my pliers here, take that out, and it's finished. So this is what we started with, and this is what we ended up with in the end. And looking at the back sides, yeah, we altered the shelf the way we figured we probably would anyways. But this is an opportunity too to clean this edge up just a bit more, because that's important that we make sure that it's gonna not catch on anything. So we're gonna put this back into the chuck this way. And we're gonna give this a spin. Now this is going to be kind of not quite a guessing game, but we're going to try and get this into the face like this. And actually, we did that great. That actually turned out right great. We don't even have to do anything else to that. All right, a little bit of a torch thing. Love torch lighters. Heats it up, gets it right out of there. So we got a little bit more work to do. Right along this shoulder in here. I thought it was good, which gives us a good lesson to learn here. Just when you think it's good, don't assume. Tap it in first without any glue. And you should be fine if it goes fine, but if it stops on you like it did on me, then yep, you got more work to do. So the only area I need to concentrate on is right up in this area, right in here. And we almost got it. I wonder if we could kind of drill this into place. Pretty close. So we have a little bit more. This is how you mod stuff with basic tools, man. I'm serious. It's like the only way to do it. And I know some of you are probably still thinking it'd be better to just go out and buy the right bloody part. Well, sure it would, but these things only cost like what, $2 a piece or $1 a piece? You're gonna spend a lot more on fuel if you don't have something, but if you have a dead arrow, who cares? Spend some time and learn a new skill too. As a machinist for 10 years, I learned a lot of things with basic tools that you can do without a lathe and without a milling machine, and you can get away with it and turn out wonderful stuff. Okay? And as long as you get that thing spinning pretty true like that, you're good to go. Better to be slow at it than to rush it and take too much off too fast. Perfect. All right, so we can take this off now. I think this time I'm going to try attaching this a little. Actually, no, I'll do it the same way. So this time I'm going to leave the tip on. A little bit of glue there. And we still got a little bit of ribbing left too. And go here and perfect fit. There you go. So now we'll just undo this. No lip side. It's perfect. Good to go.